Welcome back. Time now for a full look at weather with our Weather Authority Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Dan, it seems like that heat was really staying for our inland areas, but for those of us on the coast, it was pretty cloudy, pretty cool.
Yeah, we had a couple warm days leading into the weekend, and on the coast it's been pretty cool since then. Of course, we didn't have any alerts for the coast for the most part. There was a heat advisory for Santa Cruz. That's been long gone now. We have had some changes to the alerts, so let's talk about that to start things off tonight. What you're seeing in the darker color, the magenta pinkish red color, that is the excessive heat warning. That is still in place until 8 p.m. on Friday. What has changed since this time last night, some of those warnings were downgraded to advisories for like southern Monterey County, Santa Cruz, Mountain Santa Clara County. Those were downgraded to advisories. Now the advisories have actually been canceled for tomorrow. Right now through tomorrow, we're no longer seeing an advisory in effect, but on these orange areas that have the advisory colored back in, those will kick back in on Wednesday. Today was a little bit cooler. Tomorrow will be a little bit cooler in these areas as well. And then those temperatures will head back upward a little bit by midweek. So again, still excessive heat warnings in place for the higher terrain of Monterey and San Benito counties. And then the advisories go back into place Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Still going to be hot inland. Not on the coast, really, is what we're experiencing here over the last couple of days, obviously. And, you know, for folks that live inland and have been dealing with that heat, it has some cumulative effects, obviously. So if you are struggling with the heat, you still have more days to go with that. And, you know, find ways to stay cool if you can. Right now, temperatures near the coast in the 50s, 60s, 70s, even some spots in the 80s inland. So it's still pretty warm above our marine layer. And that marine layer is going to keep the clouds in the forecast overnight. Maybe some fog as well. We had some last night. It was dense in some areas. Will probably be tonight as well into tomorrow morning. So watch out for areas of reduced visibility as you're waking up tomorrow morning. Our look ahead shows high pressure still in control here across the west. It is going to slowly shift eastward toward the Four Corners and eventually the Central Rockies over the course of the next week. But it'll still have its influence over us here, keeping our inland temperatures nice and toasty. Now, the good news for us is, I suppose, this weak trough or area of low pressure just sitting offshore is going to help keep that marine layer just deep enough to allow the cool breezes to reach some of the major inland valleys in the coming days. So while it's still going to be hot up top, we do have some relief in the valleys day to day as those sea breezes come in. And then by the time the weekend rolls in, stronger troughing on the west coast will keep us a little bit cooler. So ultimately, we have a little bit warmer weather to come. We'll slide back upward through midweek and then slide back down through the weekend. Let's get you through tomorrow first. We'll start with our future track here and show you the low clouds. Again, overnight, going to be filling in around the bay and into the valleys. We had some fog all the way down to Bradley this morning in the Salinas Valley into Arroyo Seco, a little bit in Gilroy and Hollister. I think that's a pretty good solution for us tomorrow morning as well. The marine layer hasn't really changed in depth. We haven't seen too much change in wind direction as well, so should have pretty comparable low cloud cover tomorrow morning. In fact, tomorrow looking pretty close to today weather-wise as far as clouds are concerned. By lunchtime, we'll clear out in Santa Cruz. We'll have low clouds on the south and east shores of the bay, and I think we'll still see some on the Big Sur coast. This model's not necessarily handling that well, but I think we'll still have some cloud cover along the Big Sur coast and the south side of the bay as we head through the afternoon. Of course, tomorrow evening they'll fill back in. Rinse, wash, and repeat like we were used to seeing. Temperatures, here's what I've got for you in the Santa Cruz Mountains. So nothing extreme, but still pretty warm. Upper 80s in Boulder Creek up on the summit. Bonnie doing in the 80s still. Mid-70s though, Scotts Valley, Felton in the 70s, mid-70s, Santa Cruz. And a little swirling breeze keeping you in the upper 60s in Capitola and Aptos. So a little bit on the chillier side out there. 66 there. In Watsonville, 70, same in Salinas. 90s in the Santa Clara Valley, mid-80s in Hollister. On over to the Monterey Peninsula. We'll see those highs mostly in the mid to upper 60s, a little bit cooler maybe out to Pebble Beach, and then down south again away from the coast we get into the heat. We still have some hot spots out there. Parkfield should be our hot spot tomorrow at 108, but you know, the Pinnacles, Bradley, San Antonio Valley, and the triple digits. Notice not too bad in the Salinas Valley, Big Sur, Carmel Valley, 70s to 80s. That's it. 7-day forecast for coastal areas showing a little bit of warming Wednesday into Thursday. Actually, forecast highs on Thursday on the coast above normal by about 5 degrees, so it should be a pretty nice day. A reduction of low clouds as well. Then we get a little cloudier, I think, through the weekend and more seasonable. So a little bit warmer on the coast for the next couple days, maybe less cloudy, but we'll be back in the clouds. Don't worry about it. 7-day forecast for inland areas showing the temperatures peaking on Wednesday, Thursday again, and then sliding down. Look at that Saturday inland temperature forecast. Finally, I just adjusted it to below normal. That might be a relief to some folks. All the alerts will be done by Friday.
Much needed relief and definitely nice to see some high 70s on there. Thank you so much, Dan.